Use it alone.
In our culture today, there are certain topics are considered untouchable, and if you disagree with the social norm on the issue, then a lot of times you'll get back extreme criticism or extreme discontent, or sometimes even worse. One issue that's like that is that of teacher salaries, and teachers will tell you, and the teachers' unions will tell you that for years they've been underpaid and underappreciated. But are they? And that's what I set out to find out through. I did a lot of research and came up with some facts that prove my point today. And what I'd like you to do while you listen to the presentation is to take all the facts that I presented into consideration and make an opinion based on what you think is correct. I plan to show you today that teachers are actually not underpaid, that they're paid very competitively, and that they're paid, and that if you add in the total compensation package with pay and benefits and time off, that their salaries are very competitive and in many cases favorable to professions in their group. And I'll do that by proving, first of all, that the salaries and benefits package is actually comparable to all the jobs statistically in professions that are in their group, and then we'll add in the vacation time that teachers get that other professions don't get, and then thirdly, I'll show that teacher raises do not have any correlation with higher graduation rates throughout the country. First off, looking at teacher salaries relative to salaries of other professions, in an article by J.P. Green of ManhattanInstitute.org, in an article he wrote called "How Much Are Public School Teachers Paid?" He found that the average public teacher in the U.S. in 2005 earned a per hour earning of $34.06 an hour, which is pretty good, and that was 36% more than the average non-sales white-collar worker, and that was also 11% more than the average professional specialty and technical worker. Also in 2005, teachers, when you compare them to professions in their group, made 24% more than editors or reporters. They made 11% more than architects. They made 9% more than psychologists, and they made 5% more than chemists. The only professions in the teachers category that made more than teachers are airplane pilots, physicians, lawyers, nuclear engineers, actuaries, and physicists. So if you add in the total compensation package between salaries between salary and benefits, teachers are very comparable and in many cases favorable to the professions in their group. Secondly, if you add in the vacation time that teachers get, because teachers only work on average 9 months of the year instead of the 12 that everybody else works, then the average teacher gets 3+ months of vacation per year to spend with their family, or to spend time traveling, or they can even get another job to augment their income. On ABCnews.com, according to 2020 writer John Stossel, he interviewed several teachers about their pay, and one teacher remarked that if I'm going to be a good Spanish teacher, wouldn't it behoove me to spend some time in Mexico every year? So that's not something that the average worker that's not a teacher gets to do, is just fly off to Mexico every year, because the rest of us don't have 3 months a year to do that with. And then thirdly, teacher salaries. When teacher salaries are raised, they don't necessarily have any correlation to higher graduation rates throughout the country. In an article on educationnews.org by Michael Shaughnessy, he found that the raises for teachers are consistently and historically based on seniority and not on performance. And so therefore, when teachers have gotten raises throughout the country, the graduation rates in that area don't necessarily go up because they're not performance-based. In conclusion, I hope after the information that I've presented with you today that you agree with me that teachers are not actually underpaid. I don't believe they're overpaid, but I don't believe they're underpaid. I believe they're right where they should be, and that their salaries are actually very comparable to other professions in their group, especially when you add in the total compensation package, including the extra vacation time and time off they get from work. And then thirdly, since there's no correlation between higher teacher raises or between teacher raises and higher graduation rates, then that takes away a main reason